Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Alicia Kozamore, and I will be your instructor for ELM 210 in the traditional online setting. This is just a quick introduction video to give you some high-level information about what you can expect from our time together and what I'm looking for in everything that you're going to be doing in Halo. So first, this is my contact information. So in addition to being your instructor for this class, I work on campus as the faculty chair. So I oversee all of our ground faculty for the College of Education, which means I have an office on campus. So if you would like to get in touch with me, you have many, many ways. Of course, you can call me or text me. That is my cell phone number on the screen. Feel free to add it into your contacts so you have it always. You can reach out to me and call and text at any time. If you text, I will probably get back to you much, much faster than if you call. I do have two little ones at home who keep me very busy in the after school hours. So a text during that time is better than a call, but I will always return a phone call for you as well. You have my email address here on the screen. You can email me personally or email me through Halo. I will always get back to you within the 48-hour time frame and answer any of your questions or set up any appointments to meet with you. We can, of course, have an appointment to meet on the phone. We can meet on Zoom, but we can also meet in person if you are on campus and you'd like to. So my office is in building 42 on the 3rd floor. That's where all the COE offices are. So if you head into those offices, you can ask for me, or you can head straight back to my office, which is 324E. Kind of hard to find, so the best way to do it would be to just ask the person at the front desk to talk to Dr. Kozamore, and they'll take you back to me. Okay, so welcome to ELM 210. This is one of my most favorite classes to teach because it's all about lesson planning. And this can be one of the things that our students get really nervous about, because a lot of the times in this class, this will be the first time you've ever written a lesson plan. And I just want to start off by saying, I know that, and that is okay. That's why you have this class in your program, to be taught how to write a lesson plan. So we're going to go all into the foundational knowledge of what it takes to plan a lesson, because we all know that good lessons that we remember from good teachers, they're more than just here's a worksheet or here's the textbook. There's so much that goes into it. It's an art and a science to create a really great lesson for students, and that's what we're going into in this class. A couple things to note here in the course description is that you do have practicum field experience hours. You will need to complete 5 hours. You have the whole semester to do it, but it's always better to do it sooner rather than later. Okay, so like I said, your practicum hours, there are 5 due in topic 7. So that's at the very end of the semester, and it's just 5 hours. That means that you won't have anyone place you. Your field experience counselor will not say, hey, go here for these hours. You will need to reach out to a local school that you can go to, get permission to come in for 5 hours and observe instruction. You do need to do this in person. There are not videos that you can watch in lieu of doing your practicum hours. So please get started on finding where you want to be and complete those hours ASAP. If you have any trouble finding a school, or you're not really sure, you're new to Phoenix, don't really know where to go, contact me. I know a ton of schools, a ton of teachers who would be happy to have you in their classroom. So please reach out if you have any questions or any trouble that you run into early on into our time together, so you're not scrambling at the end. Okay, so discussion questions. This is part of being in an online class, is that you will have discussion questions. And the reason we have them, even though I know that students don't love them, the reason we have them is that it replaces those discussions that you can have with your teacher and with your peers in an in-person class. So this discussion is just like if we're talking to each other. They do need to be a little more formal though, instead of, just talking to each other or sending a quick text, they are a little more academic. So you will have 2 discussion questions that you need to answer each week. Your first discussion question will always be due on a Wednesday, and your second discussion question will always be due on a Friday. Easy. But just because they're due that day doesn't mean you need to wait till that day to answer the discussion questions. You can always answer them before that. So when you head into Halo and you go to our discussion board, you'll be able to see the discussion question. And that's the question that you'll be answering. So when you answer that question, I'd like your answer to be about 150 words. That's about 3 to 5 sentences, so a short paragraph. It's not really too much. But you do want to make sure it's written in a well-developed paragraph, because part of the grading of your discussion question isn't just the content, but it's how you do your academic writing. Capitals at the beginning of sentences, periods at the end, all that good stuff. You do also want to make sure that you are citing a source when you answer your discussion question. So I do not expect you to know the answer to these discussion questions just off the top of your head. These discussion questions are meant to make you think and do a little bit of outside research. So that means going to Google or looking in our topic resources to find the answer. And when you do that, when you find the answer and you create your answer to the discussion question, you need to cite your source in there too. So every discussion question answer that you have needs to have the source listed at the bottom and cited within the paragraph. All right, so here's an example, a poor example of a discussion question answer. So just by looking at it, you might think, well, yeah, this looks like a well-developed paragraph. It's actually written really well. It's definitely 150 words, but there's two problems here with this answer. The first problem is that there's no source cited. I don't know where the student got the information that they got, and I want to know where you're finding the information. When you cite your information, it tells me where you got it, but it also tells your peers where they could also go if they're looking for more information. So that's the biggest problem here with this answer. The second problem with this answer is you might not notice, but it's plagiarized. It's actually completely copied and pasted from a blog. And there is absolutely nothing wrong from you heading to a teacher blog and finding out information to help you answer a discussion question, but you do need to cite your source. This information that the student provided was not their own original work or original thought. And there's nothing wrong with being inspired by someone else, but you do need to give them that credit when they have put that work in. So I went ahead and fixed it here on the next slide. So now we have our source, and what the student did now is that they have actually quoted directly from that blog what was so great that they wanted to take it. So if you want to take it, put it in quotes. That says, this was written so well that I couldn't possibly put it in my own words, and here's where I got it. But then the student also explained after that quote what that made them think. They built onto it. And that's what I expect from you when you're citing your sources. So not just one big quote, but what does that mean? Why did you choose that quote? Can you take that thinking to the next level now and tell us what that means to you? Okay, participation. So for participation, you get 20 points for each topic. That equates to 10 points per week. So participation is all based on your discussion forum activity. So in addition to answering your 2 discussion questions per week, you also need to respond either to your peers or to me in the discussion forum. So I'll also be posting optional discussion questions for you, and you can respond to those as part of participation. But you need to have 6 total responses for the week, and those need to happen on 3 separate days with 2 responses on each of those days. So 2 on day 1, 2 on day 2, 2 on day 3. It's not 6 spread out, it's 6, 2 on each day for 3 days. So here's an example of what full participation could look like. And this is a great calendar if you want to use your time in the class to this way. This will get you full participation. So on Monday, the topic starts or the week starts, and this student is going to post their answer to discussion question 1. They're going to read through some stuff on Halo. They're going to look on Google, find their answer, cite their source, submit it. They're done with discussion question 1. Tuesday, they're going to head back into the discussion board and they're going to respond to 2 peers. So they can respond to something someone said to their answer. They could respond to another peer's answer, or they could respond to an optional question that I have, but they're going to do 2 of those responses. Then on Wednesday, they're going to go back to the discussion forum and answer discussion question 2. So now we're 3 days into the week and you've already finished your discussion questions. You're great. Friday or Thursday, they're going to go back into the discussion board, respond to 2 peers again. Friday, 2 peers, and that's it. You have your full participation and you have the weekends off. You can rest, you can study, and you can work on your assignments. This is a great example of how you can use your time. So this is an example of what would get you partial participation points. So you wouldn't get the full 10 points for this type of participation. The reason why is that this student did not respond to 2 peers on each day for 3 days. They do have 6 responses here. We can see 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday. That is 6 responses, but it's not divvied up the way GCU requires it to be. What this student could do to get that full participation would be either on Tuesday or Wednesday. If they had responded to 2 peers, then that would give them the 3 days with 2 responses on each of those days. Here's another example of what would get you partial participation. And by partial, I mean very, very little points for this type of participation. So this student, they did complete their discussion questions on time. That's great, but they waited until Sunday and they responded to 6 peers. So yes, you have your 6 responses this way, but you're not really participating in discussions with your peers when you wait till the very last day to respond to anyone. That doesn't create that environment of discussion for us in our discussion board. So this would really only get you 1 or 2 points of the 10 points for that week in participation. If you have any questions about participation, please reach out to me. I know it can be a little tricky to wrap your head around, but if you follow that first example I gave you, full participation, no problem. Okay, last thing I want to do is let you know that I will be providing weekly videos for you. So I know that we can't meet in person. This is an online class, but I still want to be there for you and make sure that you're getting the content, because I know not everyone learns just by reading. I myself don't learn just from reading. I like to watch videos and I like to have someone explain it to me. And so that's what I'm going to do for you. So each week I'll be recording and then posting a mini lecture that you can watch. I'll be posting some videos that you can watch too that I found on YouTube that are really great. This is all to just help you get a better understanding of what the content is. They're not required for you to watch, but I would love for you to watch them because I'm going to be giving you information that's going to help you in your assignments. Okay, and then these are a bunch of resources that are available to you that I would love for you to use through your whole time at GCU, and you've probably seen a few of these before. So the first, for your APA citations and your templates, I'm really going to hit those hard in this class, so please head over to the Writing Center and you can find everything you need to know about doing your citation. Another resource here is your document management system that you will use to do your verify your field experience hours. That's right in here where it says document management. That's where when you're done with your 5 hours, you're going to head in there, put in the information for the teacher that you observed, it sends her a form or him a form, they sign it, send it back to you, and then you submit it to me. We also have the ACE Center that is available to you. The best thing about the ACE Center is that you don't just need to go to them when you need help. You can go to them before, and they can provide you any information you're looking for. We also have our Student Success Center. There's a lot of information there about practicum, field experience, what you should be looking forward to as you move closer to student teaching. All of that information is there for you. And then the very last thing, of course, is me. I'm here for you. I know we're meeting online and it might seem like I'm just a name on the discussion board or a name in the announcements, but I'm a face, I'm a person, and I'm here for you. So reach out if you ever need anything. Okay, it's gonna be a great class. I'm so excited. Again, reach out with any questions. I'm here and I really look forward to learning with you.